Hey guys, Jon Steingraber here with One-on-One with Jon Steingraber. We have an awesome guest today, Joe Gorga. Say what's up, Joe.
The one and only.
We're gonna be talking about money, business, relationships. We're gonna be talking about an event that we have coming up on March 23rd, talking about how to, if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about real estate, what Joe does. And we also are gonna talk about your book. So why don't we start out by just, telling everybody about what you got going on right now and a little bit about your background in real estate. I know on the show, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, you don't really get a chance to talk about, your real estate stuff. So talk a little bit about that and why that is.
When I was on the show, I didn't want to share my business with anybody. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. And once you get on reality TV, you're like a target. And everybody, for some reason, they get jealous. They want to attack you. So I just stayed to myself, and I just go to work. That's who I am. I'm just an average guy going to work.
What are you working on right now? Tell us.
Right now I'm working on a 65-unit apartment building. I take these old warehouses, these historic warehouses, and I convert them to apartments. Wow. Which is, listen, that's legacy money. That's money every day. Every month it's my birthday. That's why I say, so as I'm sleeping, I'm making money. Yeah. That's what I try to create.
So you do mostly apartment buildings, or you also do,
I do
houses too?
I do houses. Single families I flip. Anything other like 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s I like to keep.
So what do people know? Because I haven't. My wife watches the show a lot. I haven't watched a lot of the episodes. I've seen some of them.
Well, you got to start watching them.
I got to start watching them. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I walk
They're
out of the room.
They're pretty good.
Out of the room.
I know.
But now I'm gonna watch them because you're on it.
Yeah.
But what don't people know about your business, right? Because you see very limited stuff on there. It's a lot about family, a lot about the other families as well, right? All the housewives and their husbands. So tell us about what you want people to know about your business and kind of just inspiring them from a perspective of creating that legacy like you're talking about.
Well, it's all about real estate. Without real estate, I'm nothing. I'll be honest with you. You can get up and go to work every day, and now you have a job, right? Yeah. When you buy real estate and you create a monthly income, that's forever. Like, you see this home we live in? This real estate will be here forever. It's going to outlive me, you, everybody in this room. So what I'm trying to teach everybody, the average person, you buy 3 homes. And everybody's like, how can I buy 3 homes? It's not easy, but we have the right connections.
It's doable.
I have the right connections, right? You own 3 homes, you make an average of $2,500 a home, right? That's $7,500 a month coming in. It's good money.
Passive income.
That pays your mortgage, your car payments, and you have some left over.
So what percentage of people do you think actually do that? They take their money, they save it, and then they put a down payment on a house.
Oh, I'd say what, 5%?
Yeah, or less.
Or less, right? So I was a young kid. I got into my business when I was 18, 19 years old, and I started saving money. As soon as I saved money, every time I made $10,000, I invested into a 2-family house. Nice. That was like $10,000. How'd you do that? Well, private money. Yeah. I was able to do it. That's how I did it.
And that's some of the stuff we're going to talk about at your event coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So tell us about what was your first deal?
My first deal.
Was it a flip? Was it a single family? Did you build a house for yourself? Did you do apartment building? What was your first deal?
My first deal was a 2-family flip in the hood. I mean, it was rough.
So you did a 2-family flip?
2-family flip.
In the hood. When you say in the hood, where?
Patterson, New Jersey.
Patterson. And that's where you grew up?
That's where I grew up, yeah. But it was bad, when I'm talking.
So tell me about that deal.
Yeah,
I'm interested. I don't know anything about that deal. Tell me about it.
Well, you start out in the hood because the stuff was cheap. I bought the house for $40,000.
$40,000.
$40,000.
How long ago was that?
Oh, I was 22 years ago.
Wow.
22 years ago. So I took this house, right? This 2-family house. I knew nothing about interior construction. I was a landscaper. So I made a little bit of money. I had 10 grand. I put the $10,000 down. I got a loan for the rest of the money. So I get this house. I didn't know about sheetrock. I didn't know about tile. I didn't know about anything.
You're a landscaper.
Not even paint. I didn't even know how to paint. So I get into this house. I buy this house. I get in. Now, you know what I did? The house looked all right. It wasn't that bad. I didn't have to gut it. The electrical was fine. Plumber was fine. I had to do all cosmetics. Change the bathtubs, some of the tile. And the walls were all cracked. It was all plaster. But I went in. I took spackle because I was a mason. And I spackled all the walls.
Skim-coated it?
I skim-coated everything, and I bought the popcorn rollers. And I rolled it with popcorn. So all the walls had texture. Because back then, that was in, right? Ceilings, everything. So the whole house, every room had that because all the rooms were cracked. So I didn't know how to spackle. I didn't have the money to hire a spackler, so I did it all myself. I bought a spray gun, sprayed the whole house white, changed the cabinets, changed the toilets, tubs, carpets, new carpets, give it cosmetic lift, sanded all the doors, painted all the trim, cleaned the windows. On the outside, I sprayed the whole house. The house on the one side grew vines on it, and I couldn't get all the vines off, so I just sprayed the vines. This is a beginner, Yeah. But when I was done, listen, I got the house stabilized.
So you rented it?
I stabilized it, and I sold the house. 6-7 months later, I made a great profit.
That's great.
And that was.
And then what happened after that? Because that was your first deal. You got a taste.
I got a taste of it, and I had a chunk of money. Where in my landscaping business, you're 2,000 here, 3,000 here. The truck breaks down, you got to pay for your money. It's a hustle.
Right.
So when you get a chunk of money, wow! And I just did it again. I bought another one, and I bought another one, and I kept on doing it, and I was doing maybe 3, 4, 5 a year, and then I was graduating and doing more.
And you were doing it part-time?
Part-time.
Right, because you were doing landscaping full-time.
Right. Yep.
And how would you get your deals? It was just relationships from people?
I was finding realtors, certain realtors I made a relationship with, and it just grew. And then I started building nicer homes, and I got out of the hood. Because when you're dealing in the hood, when you're working in the hood, you're in there, and they're breaking in at night. They're stealing stuff. They're trying to rip the copper out. Mm-hmm. So it's tough. It's not easy. If you're not boarded up right, it's over.
They get in.
Yeah, it's the challenge of doing the job in construction and then dealing with the elements outside. Yeah. The crackheads trying to get, they go in there, they rip out whatever they can rip out and sell it.
Or they squat.
Or they squat in the house, and you got to deal with them. So then I said, I got to get out of here. I got to start buying in a nicer area. So I started getting involved in nicer homes, the multi-million-dollar homes. I started building them, learning how to do that. That was an adventure because now you're going from 2-family homes that didn't have to be detailed to nicer homes.
With really quality finishes.
Quality finish, yeah, nice tile, nice trim. Learned there, and I was doing really well with that. I was selling, and every dollar I've ever made, I just rolled into new property. Just kept on buying. And that's how I got involved, yeah.
So, you obviously don't talk about it on the show much. Tell us about, tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from, because obviously, not everybody does that. Not everybody builds a business and then, just starts buying houses. You got to have a certain mindset for that. So tell me kind of a little bit about where you grew up, how you grew up, and why do you have the work ethic that you have? Because a lot of people they have a successful landscaping business, you have a successful business, you're good, right? You don't really need to do more, and now all of a sudden you're developing, you're buying apartment buildings, you're doing all this stuff. So, how did Joe Gorga turn into Joe Gorga?
Well, my parents, Italian immigrants, right? When I was 9 years old, my father, he was a shoemaker. He had much money. And he had a newspaper out. Guy delivered like 1,000 newspapers. And he needed help. Mm-hmm. So he said, listen, tomorrow you're coming with me. You're going to deliver papers.
How old are you?
9. You can imagine, like I got a 9-year-old now. If I told him I woke him up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you come to deliver newspapers.
You should do that just to fuck around with him.
Yeah, okay. He's got to go to school. Then my wife will kill me. How am I going to do that? He'll be crying. He'll be sleeping. But you know what I did? I got on my bike. I had no choice. My father made us tough. Back then was different. And it was just. Then I didn't understand it, but now.
You're grateful for it.
I'm grateful for it, and he's my role model. I didn't even know that till now. So I'm writing a book. So writing a book, talking about it.
You wrote the book. You're launching it.
I'm launching it March 12th. It's getting launched. But as I'm writing the book and I'm jotting down all this, I didn't realize how much my father was my role model in life, So he had us out at 9, me and my sister, I don't know if you know my sister, you don't watch the show, but she's a beast. She's got 4 kids, her husband's away right now, and she's just nonstop. She goes, because that's how we were taught, So, so I'm 9 years old. I'm delivering newspapers. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm working till about 7:30. Flipping newspapers on a bike, running. Had to be at school at 8:30. So I get home, shower, eat a little breakfast, get back on my bike, ride my bike to school, 12 blocks away.
This is in Patterson?
This is in Patterson, yeah. Well, imagine I tell my 9-year-old, all right, ride your bike to school. First of all, my wife will kill me. They don't even, my kids get dropped off at the corner of our development, which we live in a multi-million-dollar development. They don't even walk home, which is 3 blocks down, not even 3 houses down. They get picked up. My wife picks them up.
But is that because of security reasons, or what is that for?
Yeah, well, security
you're
reasons.
a celebrity too, right?
Right, but it's okay. You can walk down the block, but we baby our children today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went from delivering newspapers, true story. So I'm home, go to school, 8:30, 2:30 I'm out of school, right? 9 years old. I go to now from 3 o'clock on, I'm working at a restaurant. So
I was doing what? Like a bus
boy, waiter. It was a hot dog joint. They sold hot dogs, hamburgers, hot dogs all the way. They say, hey, one with mustard, one.
Was that in Patterson?
Yeah, no, that was in Totowa.
Totowa.
But we knew the owners. They were Italian, so they allowed me to work there. But I was a workaholic, so I went from 3 to 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And I worked there. So if you think about it, I had 2 jobs going to school.
What did you make at the hot dog stand?
I was making like $7 an hour.
That's
plus
pretty
tips.
damn good.
Yeah, but
Plus
back
tips?
then, you're talking 20-something years ago.
That's good.
No, that was more than that. I'm 44. That was 30 years ago, right? I was making good money. Yeah, I was bringing home $1,000 a week maybe, because I was working 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's So from there, and then when football season came around, I would do my newspaper out, go to school. From 3 to 6, work at the hot dog. Go to because it was from 3 to 6, and from 6:30 to 8:30, go to football practice. Ride my bike to the ball field. Took me a half hour to get there. I leave, punch out of work, go there, go to football practice, come back and work till 10:30 at night. And my boss allowed me to do it, punch in and punch out.
So are things different now? Do you relax ever?
I never relax. The more money you make, the more problems you have, the more bills you have, right? Yeah. Everybody thinks it's easy. It's not easy.
So how hard are you working now?
I'm working harder than ever. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I go to work. And when I tell you I go to work, I call it blood money. Everything I earn is blood money. It's not easy.
So tell me a day in the life of Joe Gorga, not with the cameras around.
You want to know my life? I'm going to tell you my life.
You get up at 5?
I'm up at 5. I'm out of the house by 5:15. Okay? I get in a pickup truck. And no one knows this about me. I get in a pickup truck, and the subs on the other jobs, I'm building buildings, I'm building houses. So the subs might say, listen, we need a machine, a Bobcat. Do you have one? So we need a machine at this location. We need 200 2x4s at this other location. We need sheetrock at this other location. Because I'm the subcontractor, I'm the builder, so I have to supply the material.
Right.
That's how I work it out with my subs.
Got it.
So
they do some of the work, but you got to give them all the materials.
I got to give them all the materials.
Got it.
So at 5 o'clock in the morning, I go, I'm driving, I pick up the trailer at one of my other locations, I go pick up the machine, I drop off the Bobcat. Now it's like, 5:45. I run to a lumber yard, opens up at 6, load up 200 2x4s, go to the other location, drop them off, go to Home Depot, pick up loads of sheetrock.
So do you eat breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I
jump in your truck, you're gone.
Coffee.
Black
coffee, and I'm gone. Dropping material off. Then I have a meeting, let's say at 8 o'clock with an architect on a site. I'm always late. I'm running late, I'm on my way. Go to the meeting, do the meeting. Then I have an inspector at another site that I have a plumbing inspection, or I have a
So you're just running from place to place?
And I'm 15 minutes, 20 minutes late everywhere. Then I have to go film, now it's like 12 o'clock, and I haven't stopped. When I tell you I don't stop, people sit down, have a bagel, Sit down for lunch. I don't sit down for lunch. It's constantly run on the phone, my phone. Yeah, okay, all right, I'm on my way. Oh, I have that meeting. I forgot the meeting. Oh, I got all kinds of stuff. Then, I have to film. It's 1 o'clock. I got to film. I got to go back home and film a scene. I didn't even know.
For the Housewives of New Jersey?
Run home. They're waiting for me. Everybody's waiting. Yeah, for the Housewives of New Jersey. Everybody's waiting for me. I'm running. I run in my house. I take my clothes off. I put new clothes. Now I'm in the kitchen scene with my wife and my kids. Or my wife. We have to talk about what happened yesterday because she had a fight with one of the girls or they talked about something. So I have to sit there and talk to my wife and have that scene for 3 hours. Scene's done. I'm like, all right, guys, all done? Wrap up. Going. Put my dirty boots on, my jeans, and I'm out again. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's all day.
And what about at night? Do you guys ever go out to dinner? What do you do?
Oh, night. Then sometimes we have another scene to hit at night.
Do you cook?
I don't cook.
Does
I don't
your
have
wife
time
cook?
to cook. My wife cooks.
She does. Okay.
Yeah, but our lives.
But do you guys go out a lot?
We go out a lot. We're at.
I'm sure you get
a lot.
invited everywhere too.
Yeah,
right?
we're at a lot. Not that we're at a lot. We're at. We film a lot.
Yeah.
During a week, you know.
So how many hours a week are you guys filming?
Oh, it depends. Some weeks are more than others. So it could be some weeks it could be 6 days a week. Some weeks are 3 days a week. Every yes. And when we're not filming, we might have an event in New York City. We might have an appearance to do. We're always running. Or I have meetings. I have.
So 1 minute you're a famous celebrity. The other minute you're in a ditch.
Listen, at night, I'll go to these events, and it's a red carpet event, and there's 50 cameras. You pull up, the car drops you off, PR comes and grabs you. Gorga, Joe Gorga, come on, Melissa Gorga, come on. And then you walk the red carpet, pictures like, oh, Joe, look over here, and you're posing here, and you're posing here. You're this major celebrity. It's crazy, right? Then you go down the line, and there's all the reporters. And they're all asking you questions about the show. What are you doing? What's going on? You hit about 6, 7 reporters. Then you go do the event, right? You do the event. You come home, and when you're in the event, they take you like royalty. Come here. You know, you got bouncers, security. Yeah. They get you to your table. You're a rock star, right? I get home. It's 2 o'clock. It's about 2 o'clock, right? I get home. 5 o'clock. Ding. Alarm rings. Dirty boots, picking up lumber,
hours later.
Just like a laborer.
Like a laborer.
My life will never change. I'll tell you why.
Why? So why do you do that? Obviously, you guys are financially, in a good place. You have this show. You have celebrity status. I mean, you have 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have all this stuff going on. Like, why keep doing real estate? Why is real estate so important, or why is running the business so important? Obviously, I know, we all have bills and this and that, but there's things that you could do as a celebrity to leverage that to make more money. But why is that important? Is it just a workaholic thing, a work ethic thing? Is it keeping you sane? Like, what is it?
Because John, I've been through ups and downs. Okay, the economy. You're on top, and within a blink of an eye, things change. The world changes. Real estate changes. Everything changes. And you're not making the same money you were making, right? You're up, you're making, let's give an example. You're making $10,000 a day. Within a day, now you're making $1,000 a day. Right. How are you going to keep up with your lifestyle? Right. And if you do everything legit, how are you paying Uncle Sam, right? You got to pay your bills. How are you doing everything?
Everybody gets their fair share, right?
That's right. Everybody got it. So everything. When you're living a life and you're doing everything right,
it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's hard.
So you got to keep on going. Why do you think these big celebrities constantly go? The big ones. Yeah. They're getting paid $50 million, $20 million to do a movie. Then you see them do another movie and they're never home, or they're on tour. They're constantly on tour because.
Their lifestyle.
Lifestyle is crazy.
They're just at another level.
You have to live a certain lifestyle,
right,
to withhold everything.
So do you like the fact that you're in the spotlight all the time? That people are like, what's it like for Joe Gorga do people recognize you?
Yeah, everybody recognizes you. No matter where you are, you think they don't know you, they know you. Really? You could be in your car driving in someone else's car, not even your car. You have a hood on because you're cold, and people are like taking pictures, waving at you. There's no more privacy.
Yeah, no privacy.
Yeah. So once you're on, a reality show on TV, you're a target. It's either people love you or they hate you for some reason.
Right.
And there's a lot of people.
The haters are louder than the
Right.
fans, right?
Yeah. And everybody there's more. I don't know why. There's more people that want to see you do bad than good. I don't know what it is. Like, I would never even put a bad comment about someone ever on social media. If I didn't approve of it, I just look at it and just keep on going.
You're not going to waste your energy on
I'm not going to waste my energy. I wouldn't just do it because I wouldn't want to hurt anyone. No matter how much I didn't dislike that person, I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's bad karma.
And you know how it's affected other people.
It affects a lot of people. Some people lose their minds. Through social media, bad comments. You have
It's like bullying.
Women getting depressions. A lot of women do. I don't know about men. I know I've just heard about the women being in depressions. It's definitely bullying.
Because they say stuff about how they look, or
Right.
they're just always trying to tear them down.
That's right. You can say whatever you want about me. I really don't give a shit. I know who I am.
Yeah.
You could tell me you're the ugliest guy in the world. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not going to bother me. You know why? Because I have a wife and 3 kids to feed. I just got to keep on going.
Right. So why are we doing the event, Grow with Gorga? What's the point of doing this educational event? It's inspirational, and obviously, we have some speakers coming. What's the point of doing that?
I just feel like, listen, I like to motivate everybody. And I feel like if I could help someone, the average couple, hardworking people, 9 to 5, and you know what I hear all the time? How did you do it? You got money. You make money on a reality show. No, nobody knows what I do. I'm still busting my ass every day.
But do you want to teach people how to bust their ass, or are you teaching people how to get ahead, or work ethic, mindset? Like, what's the point?
I'm teaching people how to get ahead and work ethic, and don't give up. And I don't want to hear the word I can't afford it, I don't know how. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
If I had somebody when I was getting in the real estate business guide me through, I had to learn it on my own. You heard what I said. I was spackling walls, figuring everything out as I went. Even how to get money. I didn't know how to get money. I didn't have a big family.
Kid from Patterson.
Yeah, I had a father that was a shoemaker, and I had no family. I didn't know how to get money. Here I am. I said, let me start these seminars, teach people. Here's my people that it took me 25 years to get.
Yeah.
These are my private banks. You don't need a lot of money to start. You have 10,000, you can get in a deal with 10% of the deal.
As long as you're willing to hustle.
You got to hustle, right. So if I could teach that, and let's say I could set off 100 families to make money, and I could build my network. Now I made 100 new friends, and they said, Joe Gorga set me up. I made money.
It's good karma.
It's good karma, and I'm opening up my network.
Right.
I'm meeting new people.
And people will bring you deals.
They're going to bring me deals. I'm going to make money. I'm getting new deals.
Well, we met recently, and we're going to potentially do a deal.
Right. There you go. And so it's not, listen, I'm not saying I want to be a hero here.
Yeah.
I'm not. I want to help people. I'm also going to make some money, and I'm establishing a network, a bigger network. That's it.
So if somebody wants to learn from you, what do they have to do?
They have to come to my seminar.
Great. So how do they get to the seminar?
You go on my website, growwithgorga.com.
Growwithgorga.com. Awesome. That's March 23rd. Do it.
Let me tell you something about you.
Yeah.
You inspired the hell out of me too, man. And that's no one really does. I inspire myself. I motivate myself. Even if it's a bad day. Like yesterday, I was walking in the mall. Let me tell you something. I was walking in the mall with my wife. And this woman came up to me. She's like, oh my God, a Spanish woman. And she was like, oh, I can't see. Can I take a picture of you guys? Oh my God, I was having the worst day of my life. And I said, why? I said, you woke up this morning. You're alive, right? You're here walking. We live in America, the land of opportunity. Don't be upset. She's like, you're right. but I was just having a bad day, but I feel so much better because I met you. Wow. I said, wow. I said, that means a lot to me because I feel like I'm an average guy. I'm a nobody. And you know what I said to her? I said, listen, I'm having an event March 23rd, and you're coming to it. She goes, no. I go, yeah, you're coming as my guest. She goes, oh my God. And she goes, I have a twin sister. I said, well, she's coming as my guest too. I said, so here's the phone number. I had her call Ruben. I said, call Ruben, and you're on my guest. I said, you're a fan of the Housewives? She goes, yes. I said, they're all going to be there. You can take pictures of them. You're going to eat. You're going to laugh. There's going to be a comedian there, and you're going to learn something that day. Yeah. Trust me. And she was like, oh my God. She gave me a biggest hug and a kiss. And I felt amazing doing that. Helping somebody. It broke my heart. She goes, and she will be there. She's going to be at this event. I want you to meet her because she's this cute little woman. And with her sister's twin. But just by that, it cost me $300. I don't care to send her to the event. But I brightened up her life. And you know what? I feel God is watching that. And he's going to help me out. Every door that closes, God opens 2 more up for me. All my life, because I was always a good person. I mean that. And I have a heart of gold. So that, to me, those little things make me feel good. Yeah. I don't care if I did a deal and I made $20 million. That to me, makes me feel better than that. Yeah. I mean that.
Because it gives you purpose.
Gives me purpose, yeah. I love it.
I remember when
I'll never forget that. That was yesterday.
I remember when we first started talking about the event, and you guys were going to put it on, and I said the biggest thing that you're going to get out of this is what people get out of it.
Right. And
that's awesome. I've gotten that from a lot of events, and when you're on stage and when you tell your story, and when we talk to you and Melissa, and you guys share things about your relationship, things about your life that people don't know, right?
No, listen.
You don't get an opportunity to talk about that.
No, Melissa and I, listen. We fell in love. I have this amazing love of my wife. She's my rock. She's everything, and I hold her up on a pedestal. We got on this TV show. Now we're on this TV show in front of the world. You know how hard that is? There's 44 housewives.
44?
44, because there's different cities. So there's 44 of them.
Wow.
34 of them are divorced.
Out of 44, 34?
Getting on this show. Because what happens is you give them...
So they got divorced after being on the show?
They got divorced while they were on the show and after. Because what's happening is you're taking this woman, because it's called the Housewife Show. You're taking this woman that was a stay-at-home mom or just whatever, right? Another woman that's had a job, and you're making her this celebrity overnight, right? And people can't handle that. So what happens is you don't spend time with your husband anymore, because now you have to be at this event, that event. People want you to, like I said, there's the red carpet events. There's a red carpet event for everything. You want to wipe your butt? There's a red carpet event. I mean, it's insane. In New York, you could be in New York City every night. Yeah. If you're a celebrity, there's something to do everywhere.
They want you there.
They want you there for the picture. It's about the press. So the men, it depends who you are. If it gets to your head, and what's more important to you, is it about you? It's not about your husband and your family anymore. If it's about you, you're going to be selfish. The devil, I call it the devil, takes over. Once you sign on that down the line and you're on that TV show, that you accepted the devil. But it depends how you accept them, okay? Because you got all these demons around you, demons. Joe, you're amazing. Joe, come with us. Joe, come on, Joe. Joe, you could be a star. Joe. Well, I could be a star, so let me walk away from my kids and my wife to be a star? No, I never did that. My family comes first, and what's better for my family, for my wife and my kids, then I'll do it. If it's not good for them, I'm not doing it. I don't care about the money, and I don't care about the fame. So Melissa is the same way. So we were on this show we're signing 9 seasons. Listen, we had our ups and downs that people don't know about. we've had. But overall, we're tight.
You're strong.
We're strong. We're in love, and she didn't get caught by
the devil bug.
The devil. Well, I call it. What do I call it? I call it something else. It'll come to me, but she didn't get caught yet. Little bit at times.
Mm-hmm. Which is understandable, right?
Listen, it's normal. I mean, who doesn't? You know.
Right.
But it was tough, man. It's tough. It's not easy.
You got to stay humble.
Humble's everything. If you don't stay humble, listen. I am so humble because I know where I came from, and I'm still working. Mm-hmm. I'm working like a dog. Nobody knows that. I still go to work like a laborer every day, mm-hmm. and I'll never change. It's who I am. I'm never going to change.
So is this Joe Gorga the same Joe Gorga on the show, or do you kind of put on a little bit of a show?
No, I'm the same Joe Gorga.
Okay.
I say what I want, how I want. Listen, I'm not perfect. I might just say things that people don't like, but that's how I feel. You know
you don't want to hold that back.
Right. I mean, today in this world, everybody gets mad at everybody.
Right.
Listen, we're all human.
Yeah, you're not going to apologize for who you are.
And you know what I don't respect? I don't respect the people that bullshit and lie and tell you fake things just because what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. But when they close the door, they're this different person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't respect that.
100%.
I'd rather you be honest. Let me accept you who you are.
Right.
Like these politicians. Right? I'm just saying. And I don't talk about in front of you, they're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm. But they want to get the vote.
Right. But when you really hear about them, everybody's surprised. Oh my God, he said this about the woman. He said this about. But he's a man. That's what he thinks. Don't think he's just playing you. He is. He's just playing. Be honest. I'd rather accept who you are, mm-hmm. and don't be fake to me.
Be genuine.
Yeah, like if you ask me if I'm the same on the TV show, if you say to me, Joe, you got to lie about this, I can't.
If one of the producers, for example.
Well, no, if they say something, you got to lie about that. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I got to tell you the truth. It is. They might not like it.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. That's who I am.
So how much of a target do people that are on the show have on their back?
Oh, the biggest fucking target you're gonna make. Huge. You got a big target. No matter what you do, you get your critiqued.
Yeah.
Watched. Why are they doing it this way? What are they doing? Are they doing something wrong? Everything's something wrong. Everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing anything wrong. I mean, sometimes you think, am I doing something wrong? Fucking, wait, can I do this? Is it something? Am I doing something illegal? It's like everything you do is something, it's crazy.
And does anybody guide you guys on that?
No, you're on your own, bro. It's
reality TV.
Yeah, it's reality TV. Here you go. We grew, when I got on reality TV, instant fame. It was instant. Our show was big, instant fame. So now, everywhere I went, there was people coming all over, And
people try to ride your coattails too, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, because you're a celebrity.
All the time, and you got to know who to accept in your life and who to cut out, So it's
not the easy life, is it? It's not as glamorous as people think.
No, you got people in your mailbox stealing your mail.
In your mailbox?
Stealing your mail, in your garbages, stealing your garbage so they could find stuff. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh no, listen.
You mean like
we got people who get followed. We're getting followed all the time.
Followed paparazzi?
It's either paparazzi or whoever.
You didn't bring anybody here, did you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You bring anybody into my house?
Somebody's always looking to find something. What are you gonna find?
Yeah. They want to get you picking your nose.
Yeah. I can't do that anymore. I used to like to pick my nose as I drive. Now you can't anymore. Like, don't go just pick his nose. It's crazy. So it is what it is, man. It sucks. It's not like I got a booger. What am I gonna do? Can't do it anymore. You see a lot of guys when they're driving, they're digging up there. I mean, I'm like, what the hell are you digging for? I can't do that anymore.
That's funny.
See? I'll tell you how it is. Listen, people do that, right? I'm not going to tell you, hey, listen, I don't pick my nose. I like to pick my nose.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But now you can't.
Can't do it anymore. It sucks.
Oh, man. People don't know what it's like to be a celebrity.
Can't, man. It's
But
like,
everybody
man.
wants to be, well, not everybody, but a lot of people want to be a celebrity, but they don't know what it's like.
Let me tell you something. Every little kid grows up. I want to be they want to be in the NFL, NBA,
Right.
you know,
YouTube star.
Everybody wants to be famous.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all cracked up to be this amazing life. Listen, there's good things. You want to go to a restaurant, restaurant's packed, right? How long's the wait? 2 hours. Oh, Joe Gorga, come on in.
That's cool.
Slide right in. That's all right. I'll accept that. That's cool, you know. But the other things that
That's
come
payment.
with it,
That's your
That's
payment,
your
right?
payment. It's a little bit of payment, you know. The other things that come with it, it's tough. It's not easy, you know.
Yeah, and you got to be strong-minded. Well, I mean, I think in anything, in business, right, in real estate, shit goes wrong all the time in real estate.
Oh, real estate every day. Real estate is a battle.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like you're going to war,
You got
right?
these other guys. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Every time I leave in the morning, I tell my wife, I'm going to war. She's like, what do you mean? I'm going to fucking war. While you go get your photo shoots, I'm going to war. Because that's what real estate is, because inspectors are attacking you. Right? You go on, every time you go, you're doing something wrong. I feel like I'm a
And
celebrity.
people they don't like other people making money sometimes. You buy a house cheap, you're fixing it up, you're adding value to the neighborhood, you're cleaning it up, but then they have all this stuff to say.
You're the big bad builder.
Yeah.
You're making millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. But nobody can live our lives. You know how hard our lives are? Very hard. You wake up crack of dawn, you're out in the cold. If it's raining, you're out there. If it's snowing, you're free. It's a rough life, man.
Yeah.
It
People
really
underestimate, you know, they always try to demonize entrepreneurs, right? And you know, they're avoiding taxes, they're doing this, like even Amazon, right? They have what I always explain to people, that's the IRS's rules, right? If somebody's filing their tax return, they could be audited, right?
Right.
And you know, what I've learned is that if I hire an employee, right? I have employees, right? You have employees. We're given jobs.
Right.
And we're the ones taking all the risk.
Right.
Right? And that, I think, is something that people underestimate. So how many people do you think that you employ, like subcontractors, electricians, plumbers, roofers? Like how many jobs do you think you provide to, you know, in a given year from doing all these buildings and flips and stuff like that?
Oh, man. I always tell my wife, you know, all the work that I create, I'm feeding maybe 200-300 families.
Yeah.
I tell her that. She's like, what do you mean? I go, what do you mean? If I hire a sheetrock company and they come there with 15 men and they're working there for 6 months,
Right.
those 15 men are
Paying their bills.
paying their bills. I said, I feel good about that.
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
When it's Christmas time and you're cutting these checks to these subcontractors, right? And they're building you're building a large building, you're just cutting them a check. All these people, I think about that. I'm like, I help provide all those gifts and their dinners on that table.
Right. And that's what a lot of people don't think about.
Right? No, they don't think about it. They don't care. Oh no, you're making money. You know how hard it is to make money?
And we get paid last.
Yes.
Everybody makes
Oh, yeah.
money.
Everybody
And
makes
if
money.
there's money at the end, then we get
Right.
paid.
If the deal, how about the deal doesn't sell? Or how about it takes too long, right?
Right.
It's the biggest
And
risk.
is it okay to have a bad deal? If we have a bad deal every once in a while?
Yes. As long as you have more good deals than bad deals. And it happens.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not perfect, but you got to have balls.
Yeah.
And you have to take risk because the reward is big if you take risk. And that's one thing about me. I never gave a shit. I had balls. By
Like
having
these balls? Like
my
basketballs?
balls are bigger than that. Bigger than that, bro. You'll be shocked.
I don't want to know. I'm not interested.
I've bought stuff where I've emptied out my bank account where I had no money left.
Yeah.
Cashed out
Everything.
credit cards.
Yeah.
Like people think, oh, this guy's got money. You know, I bought deals where I was negotiating deals where I didn't even have the money in my bank account. I negotiate the deal. As soon as I shook hands, made the deal, all
you
right,
find the money.
Now I got to come up with the money.
But that's...
And my street wisdom,
Yeah.
you know, cash advance on credit cards, making it happen.
Yeah. You're resourceful.
Putting my balls on the line that if I lost it all.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I won, I won.
Yeah.
And I won. That's it. If I was the guy that I said, let me sit back and be conservative. And I don't know, what if the place doesn't rent? What am I going to do?
What if I get a bad tenant?
Right. What if I get a bad tenant? How long is it going to take them to get it out? Okay, well, I'm always going to stay at this level in life. I don't want to stay at that level. I want to grow at this level.
So you like watching yourself on the show? You like watch your own shows?
I do. Do I like watching it? Yeah, sometimes
Or do you have to watch it?
If I act, no. Well, sometimes I have to watch. Sometimes I don't watch. Depends how busy I am, and we have to talk about it. So I watch 6 episodes one night. But if it's
You'll watch 6 episodes in one night?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the next day I got an interview about them, and I don't know, so I have to watch.
Oh, because you don't remember what happened when?
I don't remember, right. So sometimes if it's an episode, and if I was fighting with my family, and I'm crying, I'm embarrassed, dude. Do I want to watch? Do I like watching myself look like that? Weak? No. That's hard for me. Or to relive something that I've that was so hard for me, something with my sister or my father, and it was a great scene. That what happens is every other scene they replay it, and they just shove it up your ass. They just keep on replaying it. It's like, how many times are you gonna show that? And you know what the worst thing is? When you're in a room and they're showing it, and there's like 50, 60, and 100 people there, and you got to watch it in front of everybody, and you're like this. You know, you're like embarrassed. Yeah. If you're home watching it, you're right. You're in your house. Yeah. But when you're in a big room and they're replaying that scene, it's a fucking embarrassing.
Like on the reunion.
Yeah, it's something like that, you know? But
that's crazy.
But what I do like, I'm going to tell you what I do like. I like that the fact that I'm going to call myself a celebrity. I'm the only celebrity, but I'm the only celebrity that has a name out there for his penis. And people recite it. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. Because there's some big.
You branded yourself.
I branded Tarzan. Did you know that? You know, you've heard about it.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Let's say Joe Gorga.
That's your other followers.
And you know what's awesome about that? I can go on any TV show, any reporter.
And they ask you about it.
So how's, you know, or I'm on Melissa. We go on like the Wendy Williams show, and they say, what does Joe call it? What's another name for it? If Joe would call his penis another name, because we know he calls it Tarzan, what would he call it? It's pretty awesome that I can get people talking about my penis, right, bro? Come on, tell the truth. That's an achievement. If anything I did in national TV, that's
you're going to be known for that guy.
Why not? I mean, come on, you got to live. Listen, things are hard. You work hard.
It's funny.
It's fucking funny.
It's funny. That's great.
So if I can make people laugh, man, that's what I love, bro. I love it.
But you're not going to bring that up at the event, right?
What? No.
Okay, good. So I'm curious, because you mentioned your sister a couple of times. What was your sister like when you guys were young? Like you were grown up?
She was awesome. My sister was such a good girl. And I mean that, like, you know, respectful. She respected herself, meaning, you know, with the boys and all that. I mean, she never did anything wrong. No drugs. None of that stuff. I mean, a good, solid.
Seems like you guys were good kids.
We were great, man. We were
good
great.
Parents, strict? Were your parents strict?
Parents are strict. Hell
like
yeah.
Italian, right? Old school
man,
Italian?
Strict. You don't even know strict. I mean, oh my God. There was a time, I'm going to tell you a quick story. We lived in, you know, the Italians used to live in the basement. We had a house upstairs, but you couldn't touch upstairs. The kitchen, you know.
Did you have the plastic on the sofas?
Plastic on the sofas. We never sat. We had this black and red couches, like all hip with these. It's kind of this style's back in, those lights, the golden lights. No one upstairs in the dining room, I mean living room, whatever. No one was able to sit there. We had this black TV. Nobody watched the TV. We lived downstairs in these like little 4 walls in the basement, right? We only went upstairs to sleep. So now I remember this like it was yesterday. It was Sunday. We had to eat at 2 o'clock. Sunday pasta, meatballs, all that, sauce.
Sauce.
How do you call it? Sauce?
Not
right?
gravy.
Right. There you go. Gravy's brown. But
I agree.
I'm sitting there, and I was like 14. I'm sitting. I'm eating pasta, and we got the Italian soccer channel on. You know, my father's got the Carlo Rossi bottle of wine. You know, it's like they sent out a memo to everybody. Hey, listen, make sure you have the bottle. Carlo Rossi was $6.99, but they all did it the same way. They picked it up, opened. I remember like, but no matter where I went in an Italian household, they all did the same thing to men. I mean, so it was a nice summer day, and you know those old screen doors with the plastic design on them, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody knocked. Now you don't. Who the hell's knocking?
While you're eating.
While you're eating on Sunday, right? So I look over. I'm like, oh shit! Right away, I'm like, and there was this kid there. My father. We weren't allowed to say who is it. He had us. Who is it? You know. And he goes, is Teresa here? I was right away. I'm like, oh shit! Who's asking for my sister? Because I know it was a boy's voice.
He's gonna lose it.
And my father goes, Who are you? My sister was losing her mind. We were both looking at each other. Who is this? I just came in. I wanted to stop by. I wanted to see if Teresa's here. When I tell you, the guy, my father went through the screen door, grabbed him, like broke his hand through the screen door. Those plastic things, you know, the designs, went shattered. And he kind of ripped him through. Don't you understand? We eat on Sunday. And don't you ever come back and talk about my daughter again. He threw the guy out. I mean, I remember that day, like, what the hell? And we never got to finish eating. Oh, it was like, who was that guy? And she didn't even know. The guy was just stopping by because he liked her. He just wanted to see, you know.
Yeah.
But it was in the house.
He didn't know.
By.
He didn't know what he was gonna.
He didn't know what he was getting into. So I grew up.
So she was a good girl.
She was a great girl. But I grew up in fear of God. Every time he looked at us, we feared him. He never put his hands on me.
Never hit you.
Never hit me. Never touched me.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to. But the Italian way back then, they didn't tell you, I love you, son.
Yeah.
There was none of that. You know, it was the more they disciplined you, that was how they showed you love. I never seen my father.
Tough love.
Tough love.
So you could be tough.
Right.
As a kid. Thick skin.
Let me tell you something. I've dealt with the economy. You know, when in 2007, 8, 9, 10, the real estate market crashed. If I didn't have that tough love, the way he taught me to be tough in life, I would have failed. I would have failed. I could tell you stories in my book. I explain how hard it was. There's times I would go home and just sit in my car and just cry and say, how the hell what am I gonna do tomorrow? Like, what's my next move? With $2 in my pocket,
trying to
with
figure it out.
No money in any bank accounts, and here I am going home to a multi-million-dollar home that I lived in, not knowing like what's happening tomorrow. So when I would walk into my house and I would see my wife and act like everything is okay, but it wasn't okay. Where she used to have her own, she had credit cards, she would just go spend money, live a good life, to where I said to her, here's $100, use that for groceries, gas, Pampers, whatever you need. She was like, what? Yeah. You know, so that makes a good wife. That she didn't, you know, wives at that time, you know, a wife could walk away in times like that, but she fought through it. We fought through it together, you know. But if I wasn't raised that way, I would have failed. If I was some builder sitting in a developer, sitting in an office like this beautiful office with a suit on, right? And I just raised money, and I had deals going on, like, you know what those builders did? They just walked away. They lost your money, their money, his money, everybody's money, and they just walked away. Everything went bankrupt.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Not
a lot
me.
of people lost a ton of money.
Not me.
You made it work.
I made it work, no matter what.
You kept your promises.
I kept all, and the banks, I made good with all the banks. I didn't ever foreclose on any property, but I said to the banks, I'm going to make good on you. I'm going to lose all my money. But when I need a loan, you're backing me up. I said, yeah. So when I straightened everything out with the banks, meaning I got rid of all the properties I was developing at the time, in 2008, I did my 2007 actually, the largest project. I jumped in. Instead of jumping in and doing a 10-unit building for my first apartment building, my first deal was a 65-unit project.
Wow.
Never did an apartment building ever. Didn't know what I was doing.
That was your first apartment building?
That was my first.
65 units?
65 units. It was my
go
first
big or
deal.
go home, huh?
That's it, man. I had balls, and I went, and I just dove in. And I did it with no money, man. I had, the banks backed out. There was nothing going on. I had to close. I had to find this old man that was 75 years old in Manhattan that I had 2 days to close on a deal, and I just found this 2 days, man. I was going to lose my deposit money, everything, and I had to close on it. And the deal I was buying, $2.6 million, right? So I find this guy in the city. He had a credit line. He had a line. He lent money privately. I picked him up. He's like, all right. I went to his office. I told him about the deals. He goes, come back tomorrow, pick me up, and I want to look at the deal. Now, he was an older guy. He was he was 75. As soon as I pick him up, I put him in a car. He gets in the car, and we're driving. We're in Manhattan, big high rise. He owned the whole thing. Get in the car, and we're driving. We're driving to Patterson. As soon as I get in the car, within 5 minutes, the guy's sleeping. He's sleeping. I'm like, so I'm driving. He's an older guy. I didn't say anything. He's sleeping. I pull up to the building, pull up to the apartment building. I go, Milton, wake up. I go, we're here. His name was Milton. I go, Milton, we're here. The guy goes like this. We're here. And he puts the window down. He goes like this. He looks out the window. He goes, okay, let's go.
He didn't even get out of the car.
I go, do you want to go inside? He goes, no, let's go. We go back to his office, calls the attorney, deal's done. He wired the money. I closed. 15%.
15% interest.
6 points.
Wow.
He whacked me, but I had no choice. I was never afraid of the percentage and the points. You know why? If I didn't do it, I wouldn't have had the deal anyway.
Right.
So I paid.
It's not what it costs you, it's what you're going to make.
Right. Cost me extra money. Cost me like $400,000 or $500,000 more, maybe. Who cares?
If it's a deal, it's a deal.
12 years later, 13 years later, I own this asset.
Right.
That is making me, it's made me money for 15 years. And for the rest of my life, my children's lives, their kids' lives, for what I took my balls to do that project.
So what's your final piece of advice for, people out there that are thinking about doing real estate? Not everybody grew up, with the role model like your dad, just, pushing you and the discipline and the work ethic. And, I know you had your landscaping business and you kept hustling. You're still hustling. So what advice do you have for people out there that are, they didn't grow up with that kind of role model? They're just trying to do something.
Okay. My advice is, this is the touchdown. This is the goal line. And you put your head down and you just run. And you're going to get hit from left, right. You're going to have 3, 4 guys on top of you. Don't quit. Just keep on going until you score that touchdown. You're going to score. But if you stop, you're not going to score. You just keep on pushing because the reward will be big.
Never quit.
Never quit.
Love that. That's awesome. So I want to end the show. First, I want to say thank you for coming out. I know you're busy and you're going to go back to work now.
Going back to work.
We're actually going to go look at that deal. So.
Oh, let's go do that deal, yeah.
All right.
That's work.
But just want to invite you guys to come out to our event on March 23rd, growwithgorga.com. There's going to be food. There's going to be a comedian. It's going to be fun. And like Joe said, it's going to be really educational. So I'm going to be doing some topics on real estate investing. And Joe's also going to be there with his wife, Melissa. We're going to have
the whole cast.
And the whole cast.
The whole Real Housewives cast. We're going to film that.
Yeah, Bravo will be there.
Bravo will
right?
be there, yeah.
Right, so it'll be awesome. We're also really helping out Dr. Bo from Be the Change NJ. Basically, donating some of the profits of the tickets, and also we're going to be doing some fun stuff there to raise money to help the homeless. We're going to be talking about getting ahead ourselves. buying apartment buildings and getting involved in real estate. So we figured let's help out, the people that don't even know where their next meal is going to come from, right?
Yep.
So, come out to the event, to RSVP. It's inexpensive. It's $149 to come out. It's just going to be inspirational and educational. It's going to be a lot of fun. So go to growwithgorga.com and hopefully we'll see you guys there. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and to the next time. Good, man.